Hi, this is Russell Gray from TC Electronic, and we're here today at Sweetwater to check out the brand new bass amps, the BH550 and the BH800. So 550 watts and 800 watts respectively. Now you're probably watching the video wondering why I'm standing here as a TC demo guy with an Ampeg bass cabinet. So to explain that a little bit, the coolest features I think of these two new bass heads is that they're really light and really powerful. So you want to be able to take one of these amps to your gig, knowing that probably if you're backlining a bass cabinet, more than likely you're going to get an Ampeg 810. And why not? It's the sound of rock. We've all heard it on a million records, classic rock albums from the 70s through the 80s. Lots of people still use them today. So it's a really iconic cabinet, and probably more than likely the one that you're going to get on a backline. So it's important that these amps can drive a cabinet like this. The amps themselves are only 6 pounds, around 6 pounds, 6.1 and 6.6 for the 550 and the 800. So really lightweight cabinets, and they really need to drive this 810, and they do it quite well with a ton of room to spare. So looking at the front panel of the amp, you'll notice that it's fairly straightforward. You can almost tell what the amp does from looking at it. There's a really cool tuner that will handle 6-string guitars. There's 2 white colored knobs, which are your tone print knobs. So you're able to put in a wide range of effects, from octave effects, chorus effects, flanging effects. We even have new combined tone prints where you can combine compression and tube drive, or compression and overdrive, to give you 2 tone prints in one setting. The tone prints are foot switchable, so I've got a switch 3 with me here today, and I can switch between both tone prints and also a mute that activates the tuner, or at least mutes the output so you can tune. The rest of the panel is really straightforward. You've got some gain, some EQ. The cool thing with the EQ, it's designed for bass players, so it's not a typical type of EQ. You boost, like for example, the bass control will boost and cut different frequencies. All those controls do that. So the highs will boost and cut different frequencies, all tailored to bass. So whether you're playing through an Ampeg 810 or a 110 cabinet for like a small gig or a bar gig, there's enough flexibility in EQ to dial the amp in to however you want for whatever situation you find yourself in. So it's really simple to use. The back panel has a speak-on jack. There's an auxiliary input. There's a headphone jack. Pre and post for the line out, so you can decide to send effects to the front of house if you want or not. And of course, there's a protection circuit in there as well. If you don't get the impedance right with cabinets, it can overheat and it will go into it will shut down on override. But you don't have to worry. The direct signal still goes to the front of house. So even if that does happen on a gig, if you've somehow mismatched cabinets and the amp does go into protection mode, you will still get signal through the direct to the front of house. So not to fear, the amp will, once it cools down a little bit, will kick back on. So a ton of great features, but the main ones to remember that it's small, tiny, it will fit in your gig bag, and it's powerful enough to drive an 810 cabinet. And they sound amazing doing it. So that covers all the features from the new BH550 and BH800. If you have any further questions about these amps or any other TC Electronic product, contact your Sweetwater sales engineer today.